I watch Colbert, and I'm just going to give you my authentic opinion on this, and you don't have to opine, but if you would, I'd really like it. He does impressions and pre-produced bits very well, but he carries his scripts with him. I think right now there's a ton of energy, but it's a little stiff for me. Is that fair? Is that fair or unfair? Am I being too harsh after 2 shows?
I don't know. I think that if you ever looked, I mean, there's always going to be a breaking in period for sure. If the worst thing anyone could ever do to me is make me sit through my first week of shows, and I think that almost everybody feels that way. Although I think, I love Stephen, and I happen to love him personally too, and I think he did a very, very, very solid job coming out on that huge stage in front of that huge audience. The audience, his audience was tiny at Colbert Report, and now he's got this like 400 person audience, and that's a big, and you have nerves, and you have Les Moonves sitting in front of you doing a comedy bit, and that's, you really can't discount any of that stuff.
I'm starting a new gig. You've started new gigs. Bill's starting a new gig. Stephen Colbert starting a new gig. What is your advice? Like in your career arc and path, what's your advice for us guys starting a new gig?
Don't worry about the first week or even the first 6 months, because ultimately none of it matters. You get caught up in people writing things about you and evaluating you and giving you grades as if you're one of their students in elementary school. It doesn't, but all that matters is the audience and if they like the show or not, and they're not going to make a decision, especially on a show like yours that's on every single day, based on one show. It's really kind of a ridiculous. Even the Emmys are kind of ridiculous in that way, in that you're either getting an Emmy or not getting an Emmy based on one show, which for somebody that does hundreds of shows a year is kind of silly.